So again, this lambda actually lambda called this display OK dialog to handle, which is not working before because I didn't make the dialog to show and wait. So you can do show and wait, or just show, and I just add the system.out to double check here. So let's run again. We hit OK, just show, right? The dialog show. Alright. Now let's compare now. This one we use lambda, right? But I want to use cancel. I want to use something like set on action to the handler, like that. But I'm going to create a handler class. I'm going to pretty much we're going to explore this in details. Like that whole lambda story make it so simple because it just hide the details of what actually going on. It make it like the flow like this. Button object created. When we click on action, listen to the event created and create and point to the handler option to process display. But beside that, we can actually do, hey, handler object. That means handler has a class. We create a class for handler, right? So I'm going to define a new class, say cancel handle class, and create handler equals to new cancel handle class, like that. So this is the place where I define it, right? So handler, cancel handler, handler cancel, something like that. So now button cancel dot set on action, we gonna set to handle cancel action. Let me enlarging this a little bit. Alright, so now we are required to create this class. As you can see, it's created the class. Cancel handler class. Actually, that's not an inner class. Okay, it's just another class. But it happened to create in the same file. So now when I create that, we can use IntelliJ create inner class. You can do so. You can create as an inner class. But this textbook, they pretty much just two separate files, 3 of them. They just put in the same page to show, that's it. But I can show you by creating an inner class. Inner class means a class inside class, like that. Okay? Or you can just make it in another class, which is fine too. Okay? Handler cancel. So this is the class handler cancel. So now, what happened when we create this class? This class requires two implements. We talk about interfaces concept. That's why I try to tell you. If you understand the interfaces, how to use them, should be simple. This interface requires this to handle the action event. Right. So like we said, if you look at the flow again, the event object is created and handler object is created to handle the event. So that class is the object of handler. The handler class going to implement event handler action event. Alright, let's do that. So this new class that we created, right, we're going to implement what the class name? Event handler. We're going to implement event handler. And this event handler is a generics that we just talked about. We have to have the class type. This is an interface. So we're going to do action event because action event is the event for the button. Okay, so we use action event. If we're dealing with key, then we do key event. mouse event, button we call action event, and then we can just import that event from the package, as well as import event handler. So you see it's come from JavaFX events, those classes. Now event handler is an interface. You are required to implement the methods, which is handle. Now that's how we create an instance. You see that Lambda did all of that for you behind the scene. They just make it so easy. You don't have to worry about this whole step. That's why, but behind this is actually doing this, that Lambda statement. Create a new class. That class has to implement event handler, which is an action event since a button as a type. Event handler can be key event, mouse event, right? If it's keyboard, keys. If it's mouse event, and whatever you want to handle, do it here, action event. Alright, so now we can just do exactly the same. This is what I want to handle. Instead of OK, I'm going to say cancel. Alert can be cancel. Title, you have just click alert button. Cancel button. Alright, let's run it. Alright, cancel. See? Okay, it's all do the same work, right? Print out, cancel, okay, right? But the way you create it, this very long code to do it, but it is just very short expression. Behind that, they just do all of this to make it simple. Now come back in textbook, do exactly the same, but they just create two different classes, not an inner class, okay, just outside and other files, which is the same. Now, an event can be defined as a type of signal to the program that something has happened. The event is generated by external user actions such as mouse movements, mouse clicks, or key strokes. Now let's look at event class. We use them, we learn them, we see it. Event has an action event, and what we use is we use action event. Right, action event is extend from event, and event extend from event object. We also have input event, which has mouse event and key event, extends from input event, and we have window event. So JavaFX event classes are in the JavaFX.event package. Right, we've seen that JavaFX.event package, action event, event handler, action event that we refers to here. In event information, an event object contains whatever properties are pertinent to the event. You can identify the source object of the event using the getSource instant method in the event object class. Okay, let's look at this. You see, this is an event object, event and object of action event. Alright, so I'm going to say, I'm going to get source here, event dot get, you can get source, right? So let's see what happened when I get sort. I just concatenate with this guy. When I click cancel, see, it returns the object, right? That's the reference to the memory where the object is created. The object is the button itself, which is this button, the BT cancel, right? Style class is equal to button, so that button is click. Which more than that, I can actually get besides get source, like what is just seen in this slide, we can get the name. I think just do toString. Let's look at toString of this guy. Right. Okay, this is an action event. Source is the button. Right, start button, which is a cancel text button, which is the cancel button. See, if we do toString, we can do get source and then toString. Let's see what happened. Pretty much you get the cancel toString version of that. The cancel button is clicked. Like if I do the same with OK button, it should return the OK button instead of cancel. Oh, but by the way, this one we didn't pass the event, so we use lambda e. So that's something is different. If you want to invoke with the e event, you have to do this way. Lambda will not allow you to invoke like that to get source. So that's why we have to do both. No, both. So the subclass of event object deal with special types of events, such as button actions, window events, component events, mouse movements, and keystrokes. So let's look at the following table, 16.1 your textbook. It lists all the external user actions, source objects, and event types generated. This table is very important. Like for example, if you deal with button, you do action event. Text field, you can say type something on your text and hit enter. You can do set on action to the text field too. Radio buttons, action event. Checkbox, action events. Combo box, action events. So these are the source of object. Event type that you have to fire, those are action event. Right, this is for when you click a button, when you press enter in the text field, when you check or uncheck the radio button, check or uncheck the checkbox, select a new item on the combo box. When you do mouse press, it's gonna be mouse event. Sort object could be node, scene. You place on the scene, you place on the node. Now these are the event registering. Like set on action, we've seen it on the code here. Event, right? For button we say set on action, and we have to register it to action event. But for mouse, you have to do set on mouse pressed, and event handler has to be mouse event. Set on mouse released, event handler is mouse event. Set on mouse click, set on mouse entered, set on mouse exit, set on mouse enter means you move it enter into object. It's fire events. You move it out object. It's fire events with the mouse event. You can click and drag the object. So that's set on mouse drag, and then fire event. Now, key pressed. We use key event instead of mouse event. Is on the node and scene object. You can make that scene to have listen to event. Like when this can be the whole scene here. Where I press one key, like it's going to set on key pressed, and use the key event. Where I do release key, it's going to fire on key release, use key event. Or when I set on key where type, start to type, then it's fire the key event. So this is for the key, which you can do everywhere on the key, like you do key control shortcut key, something like that, control F in Eclipse to format. So this is a key event on the